Welcome to another day of a year in miracles, and today we are on A Course in Miracles workbook lesson number 123. And again, it's kind of long, so hold tight because it's a great message. Today's lesson is, I thank my Father for his gifts to me. Today, let us be thankful we have come together, come to gentler pathways and to smoother roads. There is no thought of turning back and no implacable resistance to the truth. A bit of wavering remains, some small objections, and a little hesitance. But you can be well grateful for your gains, which are far greater than you realize. A day devoted now to gratitude will add the benefit of some insight into the real extent of all the gains which you have made, the gifts you have received. Be glad today in loving thankfulness. Your Father has not left you to yourself, nor let you wander in the dark alone. Be grateful he has saved you from the self you thought you made to take the place of him and his creation. Give thanks to him today. Give thanks that he has not abandoned you and that his love forever will remain shining on you, forever without change. Give the thanks as well that you are changeless, for the Son he loves is changeless as himself. Be grateful you are saved. Be glad you have a function in salvation to fulfill. Be thankful that your value far transcends your meager gifts and petty judgments of the one whom God established as his Son. Today, in gratitude, we lift our hearts above despair and raise our thankful eyes, no longer looking downward to the dust. We sing the song of thankfulness today in honor of the self that God has willed to be our true identity in him. Today, we smile on everyone we see and walk with lightened footsteps as we go to do what is appointed us to do. We do not go alone. And we give thanks that in our solitude, a friend has come to speak the saving word of God to us. And thanks to you for listening to him. His word is soundless if it be not heard. In thanking him, the thanks are yours as well. An unheard message will not save the world, however mighty be the voice that speaks. However loving may the message be. Thanks be to you who heard, for you become the messenger who brings his voice with you and lets it echo round and round the world. Receive the thanks of God today as you give thanks for him, for he would offer you the thanks you give, since he receives your gifts in loving gratitude and gives them back 1,000 and 100,000 more than they were given. He will bless your gifts by sharing them with you, and as they grow in power and strength until they fill the world with gladness and with gratitude. Receive his thanks and offer yours to him for 15 minutes twice today, and you will realize to whom you offer thanks and whom he thanks as you are thanking him. This holy half an hour given him will be returned to you in terms of years for every second. Power to save the world, eons more quickly for your thanks to him. Receive his thanks and you will understand how lovingly he holds you in his mind, how deep and limitless his care for you, how perfect his gratitude for you. Remember hourly to thank him and give him thanks for everything he gave his Son, that he might rise above the world, remembering his Father and his self. And that's our lesson today. And when we talk about him, sometimes it's confusing. Are we thinking about this God figure outside of ourselves? Who are we thanking exactly? And a good way to remember this is that God is love. You are love. God is you, and God is in your brother too. So when we say receive his thanks and give him thanks, it's really the gratitude we have in our heart for our brother that we can finally see through the small self, the ego self, and see the truth in our brothers, and understand that the things that we talked about yesterday in terms of forgiveness, we can get to that place of gratitude. Because once we can truly forgive others, we can see and feel the gratitude in the lessons that they came to teach us. Because it's the ones that we feel we need to forgive who are teaching us the most valuable lessons. So as you're going through this lesson today, and you're reading all of this, remember, you don't go alone. And the people are sent to you in your life are there for a reason. And you're learning all of this, and you're understanding the oneness and the love and the connection that you have within yourself to that entity that we call God, right? Which is a connection that we all share. And that's what this lesson is about today. In honor of the self that God has willed to be our true identity in Him, right? So those are our lessons. Workbook lesson 123, I thank my Father for His gifts to me, and His gifts to you come in the form of lessons from your brother, right? So let's be thankful for the gifts that we are given today and all those opportunities we have to express forgiveness and gratitude for the people and the things that show up in our life. And that is our lesson. So thanks for joining me today. Hi, everyone. Good to see you again on the live feed. Good morning, Barb. Hey, honey. Nice to see you watching. Hi, Vera. Great to see you here this morning. Good morning, Carl. Hey, Colette. Hey, Mark. Good to see you here. Good morning, Pam. Yeah, 123, a third of the way through the course. Can you believe that already, Mark? 123, that is right. We're a third of the way there. And thank you guys for who have been really doing this every day with me, right? 365 days. That is a commitment to be made. And I've done these lessons, oh my gosh, probably 5 or 6 or maybe even 7 times. I've lost count now throughout the years, but I've never done them one day at a time. So this is a gift for me too, that you guys are here doing this with me and sharing these lessons with me. And they really do make a difference when you're doing them day after day. And it does, it makes a huge difference in your life. And I see how people are sharing what's coming up for them, especially around forgiveness yesterday. That was a big, big lesson. So thank you for posting all of your comments on the live Facebook group and in the private group and the live feed as well, because I think it helps everyone to see that we share this common thread, right? That we all go through these trials and tribulations, I guess you could call them, in an effort to learn and understand how powerful love is, and that we do have the power to change our life regardless of what our story has been up to this point. You can change that story, and you can do that through forgiveness and gratitude. So good morning, Bob. Hi, Joseph. Good to see you here this morning. Hey, Pam. Yeah, third of the way through. Being saved in love, right, Vera? It's so nice. Thank you, Barb. Have a wonderful weekend. That's right, it's Friday. Woo, woo, TGIF, everyone. Good to see you here on a Friday morning. Hi, Cheryl. Good to see you here. And yeah, you're welcome, Bob. It's my pleasure to be here with you guys every day. Good morning, Cindy. Hey, Gigi. Good to see you here watching on the live feed. Hi, David. Hey, Ray. Good to see you. Good morning, Dale. Yeah, it's a great lesson, right, Edmund? I love this lesson too. Forgiveness and gratitude for all. It is a big one, and it will definitely change your life. So again, thank you for joining me once again for another day of a year in miracles. And thank you for reminding me that we are 1/3 of the way through. Although this is a practice and this will last a lifetime, which is another thing we talked about the other day, right? It's kind of like yoga. The more you practice it, the happier life becomes, and the more you understand, and the more doors open. And that's the thing, you think once you learn this, and this is what I did when I first did A Course in Miracles. I read the whole book front to back, and I thought, awesome, I've got this, and now I'm going to go on and create this wonderful life of happiness. And I set the book down, and I walked away from it thinking, I got this. And I didn't have it, because life was still happening, and all of these situations were coming up around me, and I was getting further and further away from practicing the lessons and doing the work. And I realized quickly that I needed to get back to doing A Course in Miracles, which is why I have been facilitating this for over 25 years, because it keeps me accountable to show up for you guys and for myself. So again, thank you for sharing and thank you for joining. And I will see you tomorrow morning for another wonderful lesson of A Course in Miracles. And until then, practice the lesson and post what's coming up for you and have a wonderful day. All right. Bye, guys.